Yo, like, subscribe, follow, giddy up. That's my baby. That's my baby.
We're going at it at 110%.
I just want 5 minutes of happiness, please. Just give me 5 minutes.
And they scored! They did it!
Left, feet left.
What the hell was that? Oh, yeah!
What the fuck are you talking about?
Hey folks, Bob Mannery here. You're listening to A2D Radio, real sports talk radio for the fans, by the fans, no agenda. These guys are the best in the business. Hashtag it. No notes.
Welcome in, everybody. This is A2D After Dark, only on A2D Radio. We are brought to you by bodycheckwellness.com, and you can use promo code A2D and get yourself 20% off at checkout. Body Check Wellness is a line of products that promote wellness, balance, and recovery by using the full potential of hemp. They come in extracts, blends, gummies, and topicals. Go check them out, bodycheckwellness.com. Promo code A2D, 20% off. Tom Arnone and the best ladies in the business. Bob Menery doesn't say that, but I'll take a step up for Bob.
Finally.
I'll help Bob out. Well, what do you want me to do? You know how much you're going to charge?
I want you to evolve.
Before he was superstar Bob Menery, we got that done for like peanuts. Now you call him up, it'll probably cost you the whole company. You'd be like, oh, you want an intro? Good. Give me the whole company. That's probably what it would cost. Welcome in to everybody that's joining us out there. Got a ton of stuff to talk about. We'll do our shout outs at the end of the show. What makes a team a dynasty? That's a fun little question we'll go over. Like how many rings or how much success? What do you consider a dynasty in any sport? I think they're all the same, really, in what I consider them. We'll see what everybody else thinks out there as well. We'll do rapid fire questions. So Tori came up with about 27 of them. She started giving credit. She started giving credit to maybe some place she got them on Twitter and kibosh that. No credit for questions. Running intellectual property, they probably stole from somebody else on Twitter, so we're not going to get into that whole game. We'll do Sixers hot or not. We'll do hot or not, but it's going to be about the Sixers. What are they? The Bell jersey? Is that what it is?
The Liberty Bell, yeah.
Running out of things to come up with, like literally running out of things. We'll have the Bell jersey. We'll have a River jersey. We'll have an Art Museum jersey. We'll have a Rocky running up the Art Museum jersey. Like it is so many things. So many things. Our poll question. Brought to you by our doc. Make them yours. Dr. Paul Vidal, Specialized Physical Therapy, LLC, Burlington, Cherry Hill locations. Find them on the web, specializedphysicaltherapy.com. I am happy with the Joe Flacco signing. Agree.
Are you?
Agree. Let us know. Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Twitch. That's where we're live. Everywhere you get your podcasts, we're there as well. Like, subscribe, follow, join the conversation tonight. I am happy with the Joe Flacco signing. Agree or disagree? You know what? I'm purposely going to go last on this. You're not going to get me to go first on this tour like you think you're going to on this one. I'm going last. So, Lindsay, Tori, Ariana, Chrome, somebody take it. You're happy? Are you happy that Joe's back home? Agree or disagree?
Ariana, you go first.
Sure. I agree 100% with this. I am super stoked about us having Joe Flacco. I think Jalen Hurts is someone that's going to get motivated by a reputable quarterback, like walking like behind him. If he messes up, he has someone else coming in. So I think it's just going to push Hurts to be better. And like, I don't know, it's a hometown sign. Like he's from South Jersey. Like, I'm so excited. I think this or Nick Foles is the same. Like, it's on the same level for me. I'm so happy that he signed with us.
Well, the lightning in the bottle sure as heck is. That's on the same level because both of them had great playoff runs.
Yeah. So
I'll give them that one. All right, so Ariana agrees. Lindsay?
I mean, yeah, I agree. Like, I don't really feel like super strong either way about it, I guess. But, like, I agree with the points that, you know, I do think that it's nice, like, I don't know. I'm not, like, super excited and like, wow, I think he's going to make a huge impact. But I also agree, like, it's nice to have like him come back and like have a veteran behind Jalen Hurts. And I feel like to me, it doesn't seem like this is going to be something that is going to affect him negatively. Like Jalen, like, I think he's going to look at this and be like, you know, and this also has something to do like slightly with the media. Like, it's not like before when we picked Jalen Hurts, obviously because we took him from the draft, but it wasn't like, oh, he's on his back. Like, obviously, like, he's his backup. Like, they're building that around that. So, I mean, I think that this is a good thing. Again, I'm not like super strong one way or the other about it. It doesn't really affect me that much, but I guess it's just how I feel.
Valid points. Another agree. We're 2-0, 2-0, 2-0. Well, that was more of like you're more in the middle. I'll give
Yeah.
in the middle.
I can't be in the middle, but like, sure, I guess I'll go agree.
You're allowed to be in the middle with this one because this is I know what this is all set up for. So don't you two don't even worry which way you go. I know where this is going.
What do you mean?
Go ahead, Tor. Agree or disagree?
I agree. I think Joe Flacco is going to lead us to a Super Bowl. I'm just kidding.
Okay, freaking troll.
I'm just kidding. I didn't really mean that. Like, people just don't understand my humor. But I agree for the sole purpose. Like, I'm not in love with Joe Flacco. Yeah, I think it's cool that he's from here, and I've always kind of rooted for him. But it's more so that I was so against getting Nick Foles back that I'm like, oh, thank God we're not going down that road again. And it's kind of like a similar thing, like you said, as a Nick Foles thing, because he's an older guy, won a Super Bowl that everyone seems to forget about. That freaking happened. Sorry. So yeah, I agree. But you know, I really wanted Fitzpatrick. So I feel like this signing is more so like definitely set up to be a backup. I think Fitzpatrick like may have gotten the starting role eventually, and maybe they are giving Hurts like the keys to the castle or whatnot. But
As they should for this year.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, we'll see.
I think it was honestly like a little bit more confusing. That's why I feel like I don't really have like a strong stance on it, because I mean, as much as we either want to or don't want them to, I think some of us were thinking that they were going to possibly, you know, take a quarterback, and now I'm like, don't know what to think about it exactly. So I guess I'm just a little bit more on the confused side than anything.
But the people are mad about, what I see people are mad about is the price tag, because he declined last year and he got paid more than he was making last year, which whatever. But we got Nick Foles. We were going to have to give away picks for that, right? No?
Probably not.
No? Okay. Either way, it's like, who cares? It's $2 million, whatever.
Down the line.
Whatever.
I don't care what he makes.
You might have to give up picks down the line for Nick, like a 7, and you aren't giving up anything like worthwhile. But yeah, I mean, he makes more money too, Nick. So,
but also, does anyone in the NFL care about backup quarterbacks as much as the Eagles do? This is not a conversation anywhere else. Or do we have nothing else to talk about because we're so depressed?
I agree.
Maybe a little bit of both.
Combo
guard. Go ahead, Crow.
Well, you know, I can't believe I'm going to say this because I was kind of on the indifferent one way or the other road, but Tori has convinced me that I will be happy about it. And that's right, Tori. I can't believe I just said that shit. Like, I'm nauseous after saying that. There's a lot of rumbling going on under these Disney characters right now for me.
I thought you were going to say something else.
But that being said, I will be happy because the thing that tips the scale is I'm glad it's not Nick Foles. I agree with you because that is a whole other can of worms, 1,000%. It's not a road I wanted to travel back down. So for that pure fact alone, I'll say that I'm happy about it. I knew I would love Fitzpatrick. Everybody knows my love affair with him. However, it was no doubt he was getting a starting job somewhere else. Washington seemed like a logical place for him. What this signing tells me is the backup quarterback is not going to compete for the starting job here. So that, to me, at least solidified it. However, I am not yet unconvinced that we will not continue to be the quarterback factory. We'll see what happens with the number 6 pick. or if Mr. Hurts ends up being traded at some point. That being said, I'm fine with it. It's a cool story. You know, he comes back, gets to play for his hometown team, put out a nice little Instagram picture, which was pretty cool.
I liked that too.
Yeah, I mean, it's all fun. You know, part of me too thinks it's a little bit of smoke and mirror. Part of me too says it's a little bit of all the negative press that's been out there. They're trying to have that feel-good story behind them a little bit. Give a little bit of a smoking mirror of a good story going into the training camp. But I
don't think Tom could have rolled his eyes just a little bit harder during that.
Oh, listen, until number 6 is announced, I'm not getting off that number 6 pick. Justin Fields, baby. It's going to happen.
Somebody posted a picture of the picture that Flacco posted where it's like Flacco and I guess, I don't know, his brother or something in Eagle shirts, and somebody goes, "Is that Tom?"
I love it. No, I mean, listen. I mean, it is what it is. I'm not unhappy about it. He's a more than suitable and capable backup quarterback. And again, whether it's Jalen Hurts or it's somebody from the draft, whoever the starting quarterback is, to me, Joe Flacco is not a guy they brought in to compete for the job. He's a guy to be a veteran backup quarterback to also help to mentor somebody. So I'm fine with it. Yeah, I guess I'll agree to the poll.
Well, I sure as hell hope they aren't paying him $3.5 million to come in here and mentor somebody. Because if that's what they think they're getting, they are fully and completely misguided. Because I want everybody to go circle all the younger quarterbacks he's been around, right? And one said, he pretty much said in Denver, I'm not helping him out. He pretty much said in Denver. Like, listen. Sure. Is it good? Come home. Great. Whoop-de-doo. Okay. I'm going to disagree because this is going to be the same thing that I witnessed with Nick. I know what's going to happen here. I know this fan base. They're idiots. Half of them. Okay. And they're going to talk about his Super Bowl run. So if I don't even know, struggle or win some games and Jalen goes down, there's people actually going to believe that he can win us games. There's people
Torrey will be leading that charge.
That would think that he can win us games. Am I happy that good, you can finish your career off with your favorite team? Yeah, that's a cool story. All right, it's all cool. But like, I'm not. I feel like this is what I hate. This is what I hate as being somebody who where I grew up at. Right. This is like I can't because I'm actually watching people when I'm trolling on purpose right now. 20 years after the fact of trolling on purpose. That people are actually like, you see little guy from Motorbot sneak in, hit the like button. They don't come up anywhere else on like hitting the like on the original post, like on other people's stuff. They'll just come and start liking random people's comments on your like. Hey, what do you got the binoculars on? What are you peeking out the bushes? You know what I mean? I that one really gets up in me. So when I started to see that last night, my disdain has gotten worse now. Because this is what I can't stand. Oh, it feels so good. I'm so happy for Joe. Oh, Joey, buy me tickets. Oh, Joe knows me. I know you. I know what's gonna happen. I
know him.
You know all the people that he knows me. I'm gonna get tickets. 90% of you probably want to remember. All right, and the other 10%, yes, you guys were in the same grade and you guys were all boys. All right, and you guys were family, and he's always done that for you guys. Never take anything away from that. That dude's always hooked up his guys with tickets and everything, especially when he was in Baltimore. I know for a fact. Now, when he went to Denver, it probably was harder for guys to make that trip. But when he was in Baltimore, I mean, there was a group of guys who went down all the time. So, I know one guy's commenting right now. Like, he knows me. It's my guy. It's my guy.
Well, my sister's asking a question. My sister's asking a question here in the comments. I don't know if you see that there.
This is what everybody's going to pull, a personal agenda. What personal agenda do I have? Besides the fact that my door on a company that started in his hometown too, right? I'm going to tell you how I operate, right? If I'm a Super Bowl MVP and people I knew reached out to me and was starting something like this 6 years ago, and somebody and supposedly confirmed you're coming on, and I hyped it up and you never came on, and somebody's going to tell me, what's your agenda, Tom? My agenda is respect, right? That's all my agenda is. Not getting big timed, right? So I'll make sure I blow this bitch up here so I can start doing the big time and back. That's my agenda, okay? My agenda is built off of stuff like that. I have no agenda over high school sports. Zero. I don't care. That stuff was a joke after the fact. I don't care. Wilson goes, oh, he overthrew you. I don't care about that stuff. You think, Wilson, you're the one who's still living in 2001, honey. All right. I'm a guy 20 years after the fact, not living there anymore, babe. All right. And I can tell by your extracurriculars at night. All right. I know where you're living and where we're at. All right. And I love you, but I'm going to jab you because I have the platform to jab you. If you actually came on the show Sunday, you could have jabbed me back, but you didn't. I didn't see it. So it makes it real personal with him. So what's your agenda with Wilson, Tom? No agenda. That's my guy. I love him to death. Okay. What's my agenda with Joe? No agenda. Good to be back. But this isn't like a love affair to me. I don't care enough. I don't care. He's not like a guy I've spoken to in 20 years. I don't care. So all the people in Audubon, like, no, I don't. It doesn't do me one way or the other. I'm almost like Lindsay is, even though it sounds like I'm really hard to disagree. I just don't care. I don't care about the backup quarterback position. I sure as heck don't care about. And I want Jalen Hurts to play 17 games. So I don't care who the guy was. It's just so for Tom, because this is how my 20 and 21 have gone, that out of every quarterback, that's who it would be. That's who it would be. So I got to run the love affair. Yeah, I got to let him run fair. He comes in, throws one touchdown. Oh my goodness! Get the lotion ready. Get the lotion ready around Audubon. Wilson never flustered a day in my life, so you know that. You know that. All right.
You know that.
So, the best comment of probably the whole night.
I'm just glad that football's fun again for me. Because I get to troll Tom. It makes me have fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, listen, I don't really care. I mean, like I said, it's fun. It's fun to
you cared a lot yesterday, but
did I? Because now you can read through the way I type.
All right,
so
wait.
I love that. I love it. Because people tell me, Tom, it's a bad look. It's a bad what?
Oh,
so
I don't think that.
So now then you know the way I type and how I'm talking in a moment when I'm laughing. Right, I love that. Right, like
over under on Joe Flacco post yesterday, 7.
It's under 7. Stop it. It's not even close to 7.
Over.
It's not close to 7. It's not close. It was 2. A lot of comments. Oh, how many posts did other people post? And tag me in might be another conversation. Now we're over. People are bothering me. They're bothering me. People are personally trying to get up and get me to get fired up over it. Say something that I probably shouldn't say, or say something stupid, which I'm not going to say.
Never.
I'm not going to let emotions get the best of me here. What am I really can't say. Like when people say, "Tom, you got an agenda?" Or send your sister what I inboxed you. You know what I mean? You slide that across the table to her.
I did. She's being a smart ass in here. I did.
When I inboxed you yesterday, she'll get a laugh out of that one.
I'm still laughing about it.
Good times. Just knew he would be back. People act like he pays their mortgage. You would have thought he paid the town. Town taxes went up. Hey, come on and help out. You know what I mean? Mayor made a blunder. Why don't you come slide a couple bucks across the table then?
Well, do you remember when he won the Super Bowl? They had this big sign up on Merchant Ave. You must have loved that.
I remember that. So I got to drive through town. I want to ring in. Look up at that.
I have a Joe Flacco shirt, and I was going to wear it tonight, but I think it's at my mom's house. I completely forgot. I was like, oh, my God, I have a Joe Flacco Baltimore shirt. I think they were selling it at like Speedy Mart or something.
All jokes aside, though. All jokes real quick, though, because this is factual. Dude's a good dude. Dude's a really good dude. And nobody can have anything bad to say about him as a good dude, though. For real. Like, that's all jokes and stuff like that. Like, there's going to be no issues in the quarterback room in terms of that. There's going to be, like, him not trying to steal a guy's job from him, right? So, like, even what Ariana was saying earlier, like, there's none of that that's going to even be remotely something that's even going to have to be talked about. Like, if somebody comes out and, like, reports that, like, if McClain or one of these Thundercats come out and report it, that's going to be, I'll tell you right now, that's false. And I'll go to bat for Joe. And I haven't talked to him in 20 years, but still go to bat.
Maybe that'll bring you and Joe together.
Maybe it will. Maybe it will. Maybe I'm going to go battle the media for Joe. Right?
I think I'm going to write an anonymous article. I'm the anonymous source.
No, but all that. He's a good.
Your ass, there's no possible way you could put anything out there and not stake your name to it. Let's be real.
Facts. Facts. Okay, Mickey Mouse over here.
Listen,
fire, so.
we're talking about sitting, being able to read through the pages, right, and read through the messages. Miss Salty over here can't even motivate herself to go to a liquor store. She's going to insult me for extending my Florida trip to Disney, okay?
I was trying
There
to be
we go.
healthy
No, conversation over.
Trying to be
We're
healthy
done.
with the sleepy time tea, okay?
Oh,
Go get stuck in Magic Kingdom.
Fairly certain that that's not the reason why whatsoever.
That's not why I'm drinking tea.
Also, Miss Hypocrite, who stayed in Florida for how many? A month and over the winter time, and maybe would have been more.
Yeah, but I wasn't going to Disney World.
Yeah, we're done. You got it.
I was an adult. I was an adult here.
Mickey says hi. Mickey says hi. Mickey says hi.
I was at the beach in the pool with a truly like an adult.
Listen, at least they paid homage to you with all the woe is me Eeyore things all around the park. So I know you liked when I sent you those things.
That's what she said.
You want to do rapid fire real fast? Because we'll go right to this first question.
I love the first question.
Will you ever refer to Flacco as Big Sack Flack?
Oh, what? No.
No.
I'm not sure who would.
I mean, probably the same people that said
I will. If the Eagles make the playoffs, even if he has not, you'll have nothing to do with it. The only way they're doing that is if Hurts plays out of his mind. If the Eagles make the playoffs and he's the backup, I'll call him Big Sack Flack. Just for the off season or for a week. A week of Big Sack Flack.
I'm gonna agree to this poll question. I will 100% call him Big Sack Flack. It rolls off the tongue.
Tor, did you come up with that by yourself?
No, Twitter. Twitter did, but I was like, you know what? This is something that people want to hear about, I think. So my job here is to find the real questions that the people are really wondering about.
But wasn't he called that in Baltimore? Isn't that what they called him?
Was he? That's weird.
I thought somebody said they called him Big Sack Flack in Baltimore.
Oh my god! But my thing is, all right, Big Dick Nick. Oh, it's so weird to say. I never even said that then. But like, okay, it's cool to have like a big day. But like, is it cool to have a big sack? Like, no.
I mean, if it's not, I would imagine if it's not proportioned with the rest, then no, it's weird. It's basically walking around with a bag of marbles. It's like walking around with a bag of marbles hanging. That's not good. It's weird.
It's kind of weird.
Yeah, not sure.
Wow, Ariana.
Not sure if that's frowned upon. Will Jalen Hurts progress or regress in year 2?
Progress.
Ariana, I knew you would go. I'm surprised Lindsay didn't do it. I'm surprised Lindsay beat Ariana to that one.
I was waiting for the whole question. I didn't know if there was more.
Ariana, I'm shocked though because you hated Carson Wentz so much. I thought part of that was because you liked Jalen Hurts.
Wait, what?
No.
Well, she said progress.
Yeah. Oh, I thought you said regress.
No, she said progress.
No, progress.
Oh, okay.
That's what I said in the first question. I think he's going to do better with this. Yeah,
I'm gonna say regress because like our team is ass, and that's just how I see our season go.
Well, it may not be with our team. Let's remember the number 6 pick is still out there.
True. I feel like they typically regress in season 2.
See, but like he didn't have like
he didn't have a real 4 games.
And now like he's got it's like he has that behind his head that like. Well, again, Chrome, like you said, if this is the way that it ends up, that like he is their number 1. Like before, it's like, oh, am I going to get a shot? Like, oh my God, pressure. This is my shot to whatever. No, now he's like, all right, they picked me. Or if they do, again. But I think he's going to progress.
Yeah,
and with that,
if they do, right? We think they're picking him, but I mean, he must have some sleepless nights too.
Right?
Everything goes on this organization. If I'm Jalen Hurts, I'm always looking over my shoulder. Like,
that's why he hasn't stopped working out.
Right.
And I think too, you have to factor in that there's a full season now of being able to study the playbook. There should be a full off season now of OTAs and everything, or at least close to a full offseason of OTAs and training camp. So I think that's going to be really beneficial to him. And again, much different coming in as the young kid just drafted, the backup quarterback, possibly second or third string, as opposed to coming in and knowing now that you're going to be the guy going. You prepare 1,000 times differently. So I expect progression.
Yeah, I think, progression as well. I really like Quincy Avery. No, not many people out there probably going to even be like, Quincy Avery. What's that, Quincy Carter? Who are you talking about? No, and Quincy Avery is a well-respected quarterback coach. Actually, Jalen's allowed to go to his own quarterback coach, unlike Carson. But I don't want to. Let's not get into that. We don't have the time on this platform to say how they didn't want him to go to certain quarterback coaches. But that's fine. He's allowed to go to his own guy. Quincy Avery's done a lot of good work with a lot of quarterbacks. I think he's helped Deshaun Watson more than people assume. I know it's a touchy name right now, but in terms of play on the field, he's helped them. He's helped them through progressions and stuff like that, because Deshaun was a guy who was a one-look-and-go guy when he first came in too. So Deshaun's done better with his hip action, stuff like that, and that's really what he's working on in a quicker release. So I know I've been a guy who's been hard on this situation, but I think he progresses. I think he's going to have a better year than them 4 games. I think his numbers will, if you took that 4-game sample size and you took that over 16, right? I think if you go off of 16 this year, it'd be better if you went off of that, which
Agreed.
Isn't hard for him to do, honestly, because I just think he naturally is going to have a better completion percentage. The stuff you said, Chrome, just getting work with receivers in the offseason, timing, having a full offseason to study, even though it's a new playbook, to be able to study one, and OTAs, all that stuff matters. So I like the kid as a worker, so I'll never assume he's not going to get better.
And fingers crossed, the offensive line is going to, at least at the start of the year, is going to be a hell of a lot healthier as well. So that's a big.
Brandon Brooks was hurt in August. You know what I mean? Brandon Brooks was August.
Fingers crossed. But if that happens, that's going to be beneficial to him as well.
All right, next one.
True.
Agreed. Who do you see the Eagles picking at 6?
Mm.
That could be a position group. That could be.
Who do we see them picking, or who do we want them to pick?
I think it's Jamar Chase or Devontae Smith. So I think it's one of them 2 guys. I think you can book it because one of the 2 is going to be there.
Like, I think it's, I'm going to say like an easy answer, but I think it's either wide receiver or quarterback.
Yeah, I think so too.
I feel like that it's between those.
I'm honestly leaning towards wide receiver, but the thought of them still going for that quarterback will not leave my mind, unfortunately.
I don't think so.
They got us they live in rent free in our brains too, right?
Yes. Yeah. What lives in your head rent free? That
Howie Roseman.
Yes, him picking quarterback at number 6. Yes.
I must tweet about the guy once a day. Like, honestly.
What do you think, Car?
I like Devontae Smith. I hope they get him.
Let's go.
So that's what I want.
Let's go.
But yeah,
I got so much heat over that the other day because I said he's better than Chase, and people are like, "Oh my God, he's 170 pounds, Tom. You don't know what you're talking about." Marvin Harrison, when he came into the league, like a buck
famer.
Okay, like literally,
Hall of Famer
was a bucket of water. Like, a bucket of water had no weight to him. Well, I think a bucket of water has weight, so that doesn't make any sense. I don't even know what I'm talking about. Don't even mind me. I think that's what I was talking about earlier to Wilson. Torres, relax. When you say a lot of words, you're going to say some. You're going to have a couple hiccups. Part of the game. But he was okay. How about this? The wind could blow him over. Is that better? The wind could blow him across the street. That's how. That was Marvin Harrison. Well, Chad Johnson. Chad Johnson was another guy. He was only 170 when he got drafted. So, remember, these guys are 21 years old. I mean, I think if you know anything about being in your 20s and getting older, I mean, part of just without even lifting weights is you're going to put a few on. Okay, probably going to put a couple on without even weights. So imagine if you're weightlifting and you're an NFL regiment. Like, he's going to get bigger. He's not going to be 170 pounds by the start of the season. He's probably going to be at least 180, 185. And there's plenty of guys that are smaller guys that can play at a high level. So I don't know. That's who I like.
I mean, I'd rather them get the cornerback, but that's not going to happen.
I believe it's going to be one of the wide receivers, but I will tell you honestly why I'm not budging off of this quarterback thing. And I don't care what reports they put out about Jeffrey Lurie. And I mentioned this last night, and I'll say it again today. We went from Carson's probably going to be on this team to Carson's not on this team, but we're going to have a quarterback competition to Jalen Hurts is going to be the guy to they're seriously looking into Deshaun Watson. Obviously, we know that why that's off the table.
Is it?
How am I? I don't see him getting moved this year at all with everything going on.
I think the other.
I've heard some, but I don't know that anybody's going to want to take on that issue. I've heard a lot of.
Quick though, it's civil, not to debate anything.
Sure.
I don't know what's real or fake, but like Houston PD put out, there's been nothing that's been reported to them. There's no charges filed. So it's all civil, which means the NFL will not get involved in civil suits. They are not going to come down and throw a suspension into civil suits. That's just dollars and cents. Truthfully, not saying he did it. I don't know what he did. I wasn't in these parlors, and I'm not going to speak on it, and I'm not going to ruin a man's one way or the other. I'm not going to take I don't want to shit on what women are saying. I don't want to shit on him. It's not fair. I wasn't there, but it's civil. So the NFL is not going to come and get involved in this. So that's what I'm saying. So I think you might be right, but somebody still mad.
I think I'm looking more of the because we can't ignore the battle of the PR battle, the public opinion battle, and for a lot of these teams that need a quarterback, I don't know that they want to take that on. I've heard theories.
Patriots.
Well, yeah, I mean, I've heard
theories. That he's not there.
I stopped.
I've heard a lot of theories that he may be more so positioned to be moved at a lower cost for next year. So we'll see how that rides out. But there's no commitment to the quarterback position. There's no commitment. No, there seems to be no clear-cut sign that anybody's committed to anyone. I don't care what people say Jeffrey Lurie says.
You don't think Watson and Robert Kraft may have a lot in common?
Oh, I absolutely do. That's why I'm laughing. I mean, if you want to talk about team bonding, bond with the owner one time. Goodness gracious. He'll tell you how to get out, not get in trouble.
I'm serious though, but like they take on how many train wrecks do they take on? Plus they need a freaking quarterback. My God, it's like meant to be.
Well, no, you're talking train wrecks. That's Dallas. That's Dallas's MO right there.
We've done this before in a different way. This is going to be Jeffrey Lurie's first time signing off on something that nobody thinks you're going to sign off on. I'm not comparing one or the other, but one guy spent time in the joint. One guy just got out of jail, and Michael Vick just got out of jail. And Jeffrey
difference with that though was somebody who had already served his time, gone through the whole process, judicial process.
True.
And that was all in the past. There was stuff to move forward and build to, but that stuff was already determined. It was done.
Yeah, but then pictures. But that's the fact, though. It happened. There was.
I get it. I understand.
Dog lover. I forgave him because I understand. Me is just a guy who can think outside the box. If you know anything about the South, okay. It's common. It's commonplace for younger kids. Like, you know what I mean? It's commonplace as a thing. Like, you know what I mean? And it's just the way it is. It doesn't make it right. You understand?
Before we signed Mike Vick, I looked at it from the stance of we have a judicial system in place for a reason, right? I don't think that he was given any breaks. If anything, a lot of people thought he was going to get a hell of a lot less time than he did. I thought they came down pretty hard on him. And like I said, I don't condone that at all. I'm a huge dog person. You guys know that. But at the time, for a guy to have admitted he did wrong, gone through the process, gotten out, now that's the whole point, right? To rehabilitate people, to put them back into the public. And that was the difference for that to me. I had said then he deserves a chance to come back, but he has to do a lot of work to redeem himself in the public, in terms of his public image. And on top of it, I can honestly say now that I respect the guy. He's actually one of my favorite guys because of the fact he was able to take that and do so much good. You look at Philadelphia, what it was like then. People didn't realize that dogfighting was a huge thing in Philadelphia. The statistical numbers of dogfighting and the issues that they had with that went down massively when he was here. And I think that's the big difference between him and some of these other things is You're right. There's nothing that's come out as of yet. Nothing solid. There's no charges filed. But it's not an impossibility. You're talking 14 or 15 allegations, and I'm not saying he's right or wrong or guilty at all. But as an organization, I have to be concerned at what else could possibly come up right now, especially while the iron's hot. It's like every day it seems like there's another one. Is that a mess that we want to jump in right now?
It's different because you're going to have to be playing through this, and like mentally, he's going to be dealing with that. When Mike Vick, it was like put to rest. He's starting over again.
The
He's
Eagles
not
were
in the midst of it.
Right. The Eagles were able to be on the offensive side of that. They were able to put together a game plan now to move forward because all the worst at that point was behind you. Difference here is any team that acquires Deshaun Watson has to be on the defensive because you don't know yet what else is going to come out.
I mean, think about it. Dude's like a serial massager. I mean, it's aggressive. It's aggressive, and it mind boggles people.
I'm going for one tomorrow.
Just go in your DMs, like if you want some butthole talk. Like seriously, like I mean, I'm not trying to be like you can literally 2021 go in your DMs. I'm sure somebody out there came in and said, "Oh, you little butthole." Like I'm just being honest. Like you gotta go to massage.
Can confirm.
You gotta go to massage parlor and you're listen. The thing that I read that was said, just like people say that. Like I'm not saying it's if it's real or not. I don't know. But it's just like you read through the transcript per se of some of the things that supposedly he said, and you're like, what? You said somebody said that? So this guy quietly went under the radar all through Clemson, all through the beginning of his NFL career as a serial massager. Like what?
As a sex offender, basically.
Seriously, yeah, I know. That's what you are. I mean, the things that supposedly he's doing is big time sex offenses. So that's just it's odd to me that like how somebody can go get away with that. Like we saw Aaron Hernandez get away with killing people. You know what I mean? I mean, he was literally like killing people and played football. So I mean, these guys can hide it, but it just you would think something when you're a quarterback at Clemson, like there'd be. You can't sweep everything under the rug. I just feel like at some point it would have caught up to you a little sooner than now. But again,
I'm actually really excited about my massage tomorrow. 1 o'clock.
Right.
Very excited.
Who's giving it to Daffy Duck?
Maybe. Wouldn't you like to know?
You know, Chrome will say you will butthole Daffy.
I don't think he has the fingers for that, does he?
Daffy?
I don't know. I haven't peeked. I haven't peeked in a minute. What is your expectation of Sirianni this season, considering it will probably be a losing season?
That's a tough question.
Offense that can score. Toughness.
Yeah.
It's like a little bit of like seeing you can build off of stuff, right?
Is this what we're expecting? Did you say?
Let me read it again. Sorry, it was stolen off of Twitter. What is your expectation of Sirianni? What is your expectation?
Some of them are Instagram, okay?
What is your expectation of Sirianni? Yes, this season, considering it will probably be a losing season.
Him putting a team on the field every game that we want to watch week after week.
I'm gonna say him putting a field on the team every week.
Wait, what?
Wait, what?
A field on the team. Put a field on the team, Tor.
Wait,
you didn't even get it until just
a team on the whatever. You know
I thought she said that intentionally, trying to sound like a message, like maybe Justin Fields or something.
Oh my god! Wait,
I was like, wait for a second. I'm like, all right, I think I'm getting this little inside joke. Apparently not. You just totally
you're like dreaming about Justin Fields. I feel it. You're just.
I just want to be. I want to be right so badly.
I kind of do like him though.
I'm not even gonna lie.
I really
just want to be right.
Watch them pick him, dude. Oh my god, we have to clip this because like my brain was just like because I like predict things sometimes in life. Like it's weird.
Hey, Cleopatra. I mean, what are we doing? We got crystal balls now, Cleopatra. What did I miss?
No, seriously.
Haunted Mansion has crystal balls.
Okay. So my expectation is for him to put a team on the field.
Okay.
Honestly, set the bar low, Tor. I like it.
Set
the bar low, and you will not be disappointed.
It's how I'm never disappointed.
I'm honestly similar thought. like I'm with Ari when you say like, okay, put a team out on the field that we are enjoying, like that we want to watch, we get excited for. I think the fact that the bar is kind of set low, like literally the games were painful to watch. So I'm thinking that my expectations with, some new faces to, lead the team, I'm thinking that my expectation is that the games will just be a little bit better, even if it's a losing season. That's a hope, I guess, more than an expectation. But also, like I said, the games were literally so not difficult to watch, but just like not exciting.
Kind of difficult.
Lindsay, you had the right word the first time. Difficult is the right word. Painful, all them things.
I think for me, it's a tough question to say what you expect. So I expect this. I expect him to put a team on the field that's going to show me effort and accountability. I expect him to set a culture with this team that we're going to see max effort every game, because we saw a lot of last year where I think some guys started to quit at certain points in the year. You didn't see a max effort. I expect to see that. And if somebody does half-ass, I expect some accountability from him. And, from anything from the past, he seems to be that kind of guy who does garner the respect of his team, or the players that learn from him, that he's coached. And I expect to see a much stronger, consistent effort from this football team next year, win or lose. Yeah. I just want to see that it's a team that wants to be there every Sunday and play for each other and hold each other accountable.
No, I mean, there was a lot of accountability there before, but I just like to see an explosive offense, a defense that starts to get an identity. Calcita, we will be talking about that on the next show at 9:45. A2D Wednesday nights. We'll have the NBA trade deadline special we're going to have. So stay tuned for that, for all your little trade talks, because I'm so excited.
How is the deadline not here yet? Like,
well, how's it not over with?
Like, I feel like it's been forever. Yeah.
I'm over it. But listen, everybody watch over on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Twitch, wherever you're watching at. Pound that like button. Pound that subscribe. Have a conversation with us. What happens if who starts out 0-4? Todd, the Eagles? Nothing happens. What's going to happen?
Fire somebody.
Expectations are so low, like nothing's going to happen.
Like, the funny thing is, like, we signed Anthony Harris, who's a good safety in this league, and I was like, you know why? Because it's one guy. So, like, the Flacco thing, like, I'm not going to be excited about anybody signing here right now, just because I have no expectations. So, like what Lindsay just said, I have nothing. So, like, you got to sign like 5 really good players for me to say, oh, okay, right? Like, now I'm getting excited. Like, if you go get me, I try to say his name right, Neville Hewitt from the Jets, like 134 tackles last year, the linebacker, right? 27 years old. Okay, you give me him and Anthony Harris, and then you address it defensively. Then I think that I'll get a little bit more excited about like us being able to compete. But right now, I mean.
Wait, so Jacob stated it perfectly. If they start 0-4, then they finally did something we expected them to do. Yes.
And I think people are going to trade out, all this stuff. We're going to have plenty of draft coverage leading up to it.
Oh, my God, I can't wait. Can't wait for the draft.
How's it going to feel going back to CBP after a calendar year? How's it going to feel to go back to Citizens Bank Ballpark?
Did anyone else buy tickets? I bought tickets.
I didn't buy them yet, but I'm getting them for either my birthday, the day after my birthday, or Cinco de Mayo. So if you're going to any of those,
if anybody out there has 30th. A Cardinals ticket, let me know. Those games were sold out, but I did get a ticket for opening weekend.
I hate saying CBP. I hate it.
Really?
Yeah, I hate that too. You said that, and I was like, Tom, what are you even saying?
Well, I used to say the ballpark, and people said that's weird.
No, if you cut it, prompter, I got stuck reading off the prompter. I didn't know what to do with my hands. I'm reading off the prompter. I said like literally word for word.
Ask for a teleprompter, I give you a teleprompter.
I almost read out from Dan Twitter. I almost like literally.
I like to give people credit. Jesus.
Citizens Bank Ballpark after a year. I think it's going to be like weird and awesome. right? Like anything, like you're dipping your. I just think it depends what you've done throughout the period. Like, you know what I mean? Like if you've been running around and you traveled and stuff, then I don't think it's going to be anything different for you. It's going to be let's get back to the ballpark. I just think depending on like how you've gone about the last year, which everybody thought differently, I think.
So wait, you haven't left your house.
Who?
You. So are you?
Well, keep listening to you know who about what I've done and haven't done. I've been around more people tour than you, Wilson, and everybody you know from June to November. All right, so don't try to trigger me with your dumb comments when you have no clue. And you two.
I'm literally asking.
I feel like that earlier today. Somebody had your phone too. Like
I swear to God,
seriously asking? Yeah, sounded like you were just seriously asking a question right there.
I don't even remember what I asked.
I do. But besides the point. So I think it just depends on what you've done. But I think either way, it's a great feeling and it's going to be awesome. I mean, there's nothing better than the ballpark. Period. So you get
dog night, baby.
Yeah, our dog night. Now, I think by like maybe playoff time, hopefully for the Phillies, that
Red October.
But Red October could have full capacity, and I want to see why it couldn't. So I mean, I expect Red October, right? Jam-packed Citizens Bank Ballpark. I think that's cool. I never watch games for fans, right? Like it doesn't bother. Like, you know what I'm saying? If there's no fans, I'm still watching sports. But like certain atmospheres are great with fans, right? Like playoff baseball is great with fans.
With the rally towels going.
Playoff basketball, anything playoff related. Like the Super Bowl felt so much realer because there was at least 20,000 people there, 25,000 people, whatever. I don't know the exact number, but it just felt better, right? So I think that the big events is why you want fans, but I think it's just cool for people to be able to get back to the ballpark because, not only did baseball lose, 75% of a season last year, if not more, we got 162 games. It's 81 at home. Good stuff.
I'm excited. I'm gonna try to get a so like 10 years of my life was devoted to trying to get a ball thrown to me from Jason Worth, which I eventually succeeded. My new goal is to get a ball from Bryce Harper. So
how much money?
I don't know how much you're going to be seeing that happen during.
Well, it's going to happen. Watch.
How much you have to spend on tickets for Jason Worth to get you that ball?
He threw it to me barehanded. I caught it from 50 feet away.
First team all defensive team. We know. We
still didn't answer the question, by the way.
Defensive player of the year, baby.
Totally deflected on the question you asked, Tom.
What was the question?
Selective hearing. Fine. And selective questioning too. But
you guys, I'm done with you guys today.
You attacking me? Leave my house. Tell me I leave my house. I've been in my house June to November every day. Who are you talking about? Not leaving my house.
I wasn't attacking. It's not a bet. It's not an insult that you don't.
No, there's a difference. I didn't let my wife leave the house. Difference.
Okay.
I feel like
Let's confirm with each other here.
I feel like leaving. Whether you've been out and about a little bit or not, just something about going to like a ball game in the summertime or in the springtime, it just feels very different. Like I really, really missed that last year. I'm a person that one of my goals in life is to see every team play in their home ballpark. So I've been to about a third of the stadiums. I can go watch anybody play a baseball game and have a wonderful time. So like I got tickets for opening weekend. I'm very excited just to be back there. Like, I know, Tom, you definitely understand this. There's nothing like hearing the sound of the crack of a bat or a ball hit a mitt. There's something special about it. And I'm really excited to get back to that.
We got back out on the field Sunday and played. And we had practice last night. It's just baseball. Like, baseball is just great. It's just great. It's a great sport. You love being back out there. And I think for people to be able to go back to games, there's nothing better. You're right. Like, I like going to football games, but I'll go to like one a year, if that. I'd rather just stay home and watch football, right? Like NBA, I would always try to get to like one or two a year because there's 81 of them usually, right? So like one or two isn't crazy. But like baseball, like I think I speak for a lot of people. I mean, you try to get to two handfuls. You know what I mean? You try to get to yourself with like a 10-piece.
That's what I usually do. I usually get to about 10 games a year.
I think it goes for a lot of people. Just even if it's just standing room only, when you just walk around the ballpark and just whatever, drink.
I usually get thrown out of the ballpark when I have standing room tickets, so I'll stick to a seat.
That's not a surprise.
How does one get thrown out of a baseball?
That's a tale for another day.
It's true.
She's an animal. She's reckless.
Okay.
She is reckless, especially when the boys kick in.
She is.
All right.
Go on vacation with Tori. You get kicked out of an all-inclusive. You have nowhere to stay. You'll be like an island. You get kicked out. Just booted. You'll be living in a hut.
I wouldn't mind it.
Yes. I was just going to say, take me to the hut right now. I mean,
as long as there's air conditioner.
Screw that. Just take me to the hut. I need an island. Jesus. Good.
Yeah. Goals.
Yeah, island goals. I usually go every May, too. Sucks like the end of every May. I usually go. I just can't go because of cats this year. But next year, island talk.
I want to go like now.
Hey, well, can you let me know when you're going to a game that's like far away so I can get a ticket and go too? Thank you.
Far away.
Yeah. Can we all?
Oh
go to
my gosh!
game?
Something.
What?
And
no, we all go to a post game.
We'll have so much to talk about. or you guys will like never talk to me again.
You can get like a live stream going again.
Let's go to one of Florida. We all know people in Florida. We should all get to a game in Florida. Like somewhere like August. Like, let's go.
I do feel like baseball games are the most like feel good game day atmospheres. Like you just like, how do you get a bad vibe when you pull up to a baseball game? I don't know. I don't know if that's personal experience, but I just love
there's like nothing like baking like in the heat of the summer.
Right. It's like the weather too. It's everything.
The breeze, like
the sounds like of wow, we just
wrote a poem. Like
we wrote like a haiku, you know?
A haiku, yeah. We're really get a kick out of ourselves.
I know. No, I swear. I wish I could see if other people are laughing, but I don't really care because I think
I know. Because we are.
We are.
I can't with that sound. Whose phone is that? Is that Chrome?
That was me. It's my laptop.
I always want to blame Chrome.
It's my laptop, and it like I don't know. It's my email sound. I don't know how to turn it off.
My phone is always on silent. I volume down and everything. Yeah, like I don't think my phone's been off of vibrate for 10 years.
Same.
Really? What about like What about like your alarms? Am I the only one here that like doesn't wake up from their alarms? I have to set.
I set 12.
I set literally 2,000 alarms.
Yes,
I do the every 15 minutes because what I used to do is set like 1 or 2 alarms, but then I would hit snooze eventually, or I would turn them off instead of snooze. Mm-hmm. So now I do for like an hour and a half, every 15 minutes, I have an alarm set to go off.
See, but your phone is also buzzing and not alarming, right?
No,
it does alarm.
I can turn this off. I just have at nighttime. I do turn the volume of my phone up. It's still going to go off. You don't need the ringer on for that.
Lindsay, I found this out like a month ago. Like you could literally put "Do Not Disturb" on, and your alarm still goes off, and with sound.
I'm so paranoid that I will like wake up late for something that I check 12 times. I'm like, is my sound on? Is my sound on? I just literally check it 14 times.
Yeah, you don't need that. You just need to make sure.
I tested it too, just to confirm. Like I was.
Yes, I like close my phone and I hear the click and I'm like, did that just click? I need to make sure.
That's called OCD.
Yeah.
You don't need to have the switch on. You can have that off on vibrate as long as your phone volume has to be turned up though.
I appreciate all the comments, but my OCD self is still going to check and like double check and triple check that my sound is on.
Oh, poor you.
I know. Hard life.
It's a tough life.
Guys, look, I'm almost done. I told myself I would drink lots of water today.
I'm done my sleepy time.
I'm loving all these first world problems we're discussing.
I know.
So many.
Enough water.
That's called paranoia. Yeah, I guess it is. Sure, you could call it that if you want.
All paranoia, especially when it comes to making sure you're where you got to be. Where the hell did that picture go? Here we go.
Oh. Yeah.
I don't know.
Ooh.
Oh, God.
Speaking of, listen, by the way, before we hit hot or not, all you people over there on YouTube better be over there pounding that like button, sharing this video around.
Pound
Let's go.
it.
Pound it. Show the ladies some
Pound
love
the
here.
alarm.
Pound it. Boop boop. That's what she said.
Hot
Oh
or
man,
not?
I can't do my head
I
because
was
I'm
just
like
gonna say-
directly blocked.
Tori's completely blocked.
I'm directly blocked.
Are the
All right,
blue leggings a requirement with that jersey?
The leggings.
Anybody? Like, no, I'm being dead serious. They all have the leggings on with that jersey.
They all do have the leggings on.
Tori.
Sorry, I'm not paying attention to life right now.
Okay, I'll go. I think these are ugly, very not hot. I think the concept is there, okay, but like they could use the Liberty Bell in some other way. But like I'm looking at these and I'm just confused by them. Like I'm like, but why?
Can I be the guy to say this? How overplayed are we going to make the Liberty Bell? How
Thank you.
uncreative are we?
Thank
That
you.
everything it looks like a Phillies basketball jersey to me, first of all.
Yeah.
And secondly, it looks like a really ugly Phillies basketball jersey. It's not good looking. I don't know. I find nothing wrong with the uniforms they have. If they want to have an alternate, bring back like one of the late 90s, early 2000s
Yes,
black
the black one.
uniforms.
The black
Wait,
one.
This shit is ugly. The city whatever ones are ugly. Ugh.
Candy cane ones. No, exactly
My
what
boy.
Rob says. What Rob says, they look like they're on backwards.
Yeah.
That is what I think. They completely look like they're on backwards.
The pants
Like-
do because of the 76.
No, yeah, the pants are fine, but like
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm also more like the traditional, like you guys are saying, like I like the traditional ones, the older looking ones, and those just look like it was a swing and a miss. Speak of baseball, a swing and a miss.
I said this on Twitter. Like, I hate the Liberty Bell on anything. Like, I just think it doesn't look cute. I get that the Liberty Bell is here, but like, do people in Philly really like hold the Liberty Bell dear to their heart? Because I mean,
I used
I
to
don't-
visit it all the time when I worked across the street from it.
I think I've seen it once in 5th grade on a field trip. Like, I don't really care.
I went to so many field trips there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Continues to continues to amaze me. I mean, like if anybody here would have been like,
I used to get
got 42 selfies with it in the last.
Dude, I would be bored at work and like I didn't want to sit in after lunch, so I'd just be like, I'm just gonna go visit the Liberty Bell. So I'd walk over and check out the Liberty Bell.
Wait, here's the real question.
I do have. You want me to send
You have
the
a
last
picture?
selfie I took? Yeah. I
Oh
have
my
plenty of them.
god.
What
When in Rome.
what is worse? The houses that look like gingerbread houses, or Boathouse Row, or those? Which ones? are
Boathouse Row, how much I hated them months ago, they've grown on me a lot.
Oh,
And
not me.
I really think though it's because of the color. Like I love black everything. So I think it's the color. And when I see them on them, they just like I don't hate them anymore. So
I think
definitely
I
the
like-
bells.
I actually think I like the bells better.
I do too. I like the Liberty Bell bone better.
Weird because I've stopped noticing when they wear the Boathouse Row jerseys because I just don't.
Yeah.
Well, I don't care, but like after I see it like once or twice, and I just didn't notice. But
Yeah.
first, and this one I noticed. I was like, oh, that's freaking. It's ugly.
I think it's like maybe don't have the number on the front. Just have like the bell.
Stop trying to make so much money. Stop trying to make so much damn extra freaking money. It's what it
Stop
comes
trying
down
to make the Liberty Bell happen. Okay.
Like goodness gracious! Oh, we'll make a Liberty Bell jersey. We'll make a freaking this jersey. We'll make this jersey, and we'll freaking make a set. Oh, we'll make a South Philly jersey. We'll make a Kensington jersey. Let's make a Kensington jersey. I know we could put on that. You know what I mean?
Honestly, I think one of their best logos is freaking dribbling Ben Franklin. Why don't they put that on a fucking jersey?
Put a pipe on a Kensington jersey.
I like it better. But somebody said, can somebody put a cheesesteak on a jersey?
That would be funny.
Yeah. But yeah, I forgot about the Ben Franklin thing. Like, yeah, like I mean that's kind of corny too, but whatever.
It's better than the other two.
It's better than the bell.
Times better than the other two.
Honestly, I'm here for the cheesesteak jerseys.
Wait, can I see the bell again? Is there even a crack in the bell on the jersey?
I think
Because like
There
that's
is,
kind of
but There is, but I think it's blocked by some of the numbers. So some
See,
of them
that's
you can't
stupid.
see.
Like, that's the whole point of the bell. Like, all right, make a bell jersey, but like make it a cool crack or something. Freaking no. First world problems again.
They're all stupid jerseys. I mean, sometimes they do good jobs, but it's waste time. Waste time. Just make the ones you have better. You know what I mean? Make the ones you have better then.
Or bring back the on Iverson ones that everyone wants.
I like those.
Just ones, like the red and black.
So what makes a team a dynasty?
So
For
this
me,
is
go ahead.
go ahead. No, you.
I think it's open for perception. For me, if a team can win 3 championships within a decade's time, that to me is a dynasty, because that's hard to do. It's hard to win 2 within 10 years. We've seen so many teams that haven't won in 20, 30 years. If you can build a good enough team that within a 10-year span you can win 3 championships, to me, I think that's as close to a dynasty as you could really ask for. Because they're probably extremely competitive beyond that as well. They may not win every year, but they're always there, at least within that decade or 6, 7, 8 year time span. So to me, they have to be one of the top teams in the league for that time span. So I would say probably 3 championships in 10 years to me creates a dynasty.
So this question got me thinking, because I was watching the game last night, and I'm like, it's just so crazy how bad Golden State is now. But I was thinking, were they a dynasty? And then I put the poll question up, and I think it was it ended up more so 70-30. And I was kind of shocked at the 30% that said no. Because what did they win? 3?
They won 3.
5 years. So
and it's not only that they won 3, but they also set the all-time single-season wins record.
Yeah.
I mean, they did other things on top of it that were just never done before.
And that's in a shorter amount of time than you said that. Ooh, you said the 10. So I don't know. That's just what would have got me thinking. But I mean, I guess the only real thing with the dynasty is championships. Do you think it's also having a star player? I mean, I guess every dynasty team does have a star player, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, player doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm just trying to think of other things that could go into it.
But to win one, guys become great players, right? Even if a guy's a really good player, if teams are winning them, I mean, you just become great. Obviously, if you win 3 out of 5 years, but anybody says the Warriors were in a dynasty, they're freaking idiots.
Yeah.
They're a dummy. They're dumbasses.
Well, would you say that I'm thinking baseball wise, the Yankees are just a dynasty of all time, maybe, or
yes,
certain times?
Yeah,
we're a dynasty.
No, I hate the Yankees, but they're overall a lifetime dynasty.
Yeah.
You're talking 27 or 28 championships. I mean, you can't deny that.
No.
That type of a history.
Is that the only sport then with a overall lifetime dynasty?
I don't know. You can take the Steelers as an organization or an overall dynasty. You really can make the argument. They've always been good. I think they have the most rings, I believe. I could be wrong about that, but I think the Steelers have the most rings.
See, I would probably
isn't as long as the Super Bowl era isn't as long as baseball era is.
I would look at I don't know if I'd include the Steelers just because of how long they've been around, but I would look at maybe the Lakers and the Celtics as teams you could look at. And I'm going to mention it just because of the fact that they've won a World Series in every decade except for 2, the Cardinals.
You're not going to say
they've won a World Series in every decade they've been around except for 2.
I feel like the Steelers
agenda based down here.
It's impressive. You can't deny it.
Are the Steelers
11?
Are the Steelers not though?
Since they've been around?
No, since the Super Bowl era began. It didn't begin in the 20s like baseball.
Right. I mean, I wouldn't argue against the Steelers.
I'm just asking because I don't consider that. I'm not saying I consider them a dynasty, but when we're talking about overall franchise dynasties, I think in the NFL, they're considered like an NFL dynasty per se.
Well,
right?
what I would say is Jeffrey Lurie, sorry to bust your bubble, buddy, but if we're talking the golden standard, it is definitely the Pittsburgh Steelers. I would agree with you on that.
Soulful, yes, they are a dynasty.
That's definitely a dynasty.
Let me ask you a question, right? Because I just don't know how this would work, and why not ask this show better than any other show? But obviously, the U.S. women's soccer team, they want equal play. Listen, they make more money than the men's soccer team, so they should probably get paid more. Not probably, they should. They make more money than the men's team does. They sell more merchandise. That's just factual because they win. And they
talking about the weight room.
They draw. No. It's nothing about the weight room. That's just ridiculous. That should never even be a conversation. NCAA has way too much money. That should never even be a conversation. Okay, they should never have to walk into nothing. Stupid. I'm talking about equal pay for athletes, professional athletes, and I don't know how you like. I'm not saying I'm against it, right? How the hell do you do it if the TV money isn't there to do it? So are you going to go to NBA players and say, because NBA players are voicing it, that it should be more equal pay? You hear people say it in terms of professional sports, right? Without the TV money, how are you doing it? Are you sharing revenue? Like, is it the only way the NBA and WNBA could pull it off is they have to share revenue? Why would the NBA sign up for shared revenue? Like, you know what I mean? And I'm just being honest. Like, that's the only way you can get women pro athletes to get paid to the level as men is to TV money. That's why contracts continue to go higher and higher and higher, right? In professional sports, it's because of TV money. That's why WNBA players get paid more now than they did 10 years ago, because there's more TV money involved, right? They have ESPN involved with it, right? They have more TV revenue per se now than they did 10 years ago, right? Because the games grew. But how do you get to that level without the money to do it? And that's my biggest question. I'm not saying that it should or shouldn't be. I just don't know how you get to even a closer ballpark without the money.
Well, the NBA wants to like be on a soapbox all the time and, proclaiming this and that. But yeah, like, can you imagine them having to give up some of their money? Can you see that happening? I don't think so when it comes down to it.
Yeah.
I personally don't even know how to word this without making it sound harsh. Like, I played sports at all levels, and I don't think we should be paid as much as males besides the women's USA soccer team. I don't think any other sport should be paid as much as males.
So it really should just be like revenue based.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't
ask this for Ariana being here, who played, who's played at every level too, like what her thoughts of it is, because it's not saying that these women athletes aren't on the same level. Nobody's ever would say that. They work just as hard. That's why the NCAA tournament's a joke. That's a joke. That's a joke. Okay? Flat out disgrace. Should never happen. The fact it's even a conversation and happen is mind-boggling to me. Okay? Mind-boggling. And then you hear like the COVID tests aren't up to snuff either. Like the men's are. It's a joke. It's a joke. You got billions of dollars. This should never have any issues. The greatest coach in college basketball history is not on the sideline right now. You understand that? The greatest women's basketball coach in college basketball history is not on the sideline right now. Well, if they were actually testing every day like they said they were going to do, maybe he's on the sideline. And then that's like quarantine, or I don't know if he tested positive or not. But you know what I'm saying? He's not on the sideline. That's all that matters. And that hurts your game when he's like a seller of your game, per se. That's why I want all your opinions, but it made me think of it because I'm like, we have somebody on here that played, at a professional level, But again, if the money's there, then pay it. But women's soccer is the only one that draws the men. Honestly, the only one.
Yeah.
Just trying to think of anything else that comes close to like drawing with men. I think college softball is fun to watch. I think college softball is extremely fun to watch.
College softball, I agree. I think that, oh my God, that is my favorite time of the year, watching the tournament for college softball. I don't know. There's nothing better in my opinion.
But it's fast too, right? Like balls back, go. It's not like baseball where you're like, and I love baseball, but
yeah.
Dude, he's not going anywhere. Throw the ball. Throw the ball. I do that to my guys I pitch sometimes. He's not going in. Can we throw the ball? He's not going anywhere. If he goes, let him go. Let him go.
Let him go.
Let him go. Go throw a strike. Let him go. It's always the pro guys that are struggling too, right? Like they can't find the zone. We're gonna look over 45 times and do 10 pickoff moves. Like, bro, I would go out there and say, hey, look at me. I don't care. He's not warm. I don't care. Get him in here. Get him in here. Get him out of here. Lindsay, what do you say, Chrome? I know you two haven't discussed it. I don't know if you have anything to add than what we've said.
Chrome, you wanna? I don't know. No, you can go. You can go.
No, I mean, I think a lot of what you guys said too. I think a lot of it's got to be revenue based because, I agree. Women's soccer should absolutely hands down because, a lot of it's like any company, right? We sit here and we talk about different companies, and whether it's gender based or not, you have to create revenue to be able to pay more to your employees, and that's kind of the uphill battle. So it's how do we market women's professional sports more, right? Because I agree that the effort that women put in is 1,000% the same, particularly to reach the peak of their profession. But at the same time, then to me, it's more of a league issue of how can we do that. I think the NBA has done a really good job of cross promoting the WNBA. And that's why they've been able to, they've included them in All-Star weekends in the past, and they've had them be a part of panels and everything else to where they're exposing the athletes more, and that creates a little bit more of a buzz, right? And I think that more professional sports could do that. I don't know, off the top of my head exactly how they could do that, but, that's why they got smart people behind the scenes to do it. But that's the main thing, you have to have the revenue there in order to be able to give it. You can't say that other people, right, male or female, you know what, you should take less money after you've been paid this, and this, despite the revenue that you have here, so that we can divvy it up over here. I don't think that's right either. So it's kind of like a catch-22. I think we all believe that that should happen. It's just how do you find the way to how do you locate that revenue to make it happen? Now, I look at the women's soccer team. I don't see how it's possible that those women aren't paid more. And I think that's a disgrace, absolute disgrace. That to me is fishy. There's something real shady with that. When I look at the rest again, and the NCAA women's, I honestly don't know anything about it because I haven't been around. So, but the rest of it, you have to find there has to be maybe that's the answer, guys. Maybe that's the answer.
Prison food. One meal look like prison food, and the other
that's
look like a 5-star restaurant. I'm just gonna be honest.
That's a fucking disgrace.
I don't eat that.
Disgusting.
I don't know what the fuck was in the one meal. I don't know what that was. I'm not touching it. I want to give it to my worst enemy. Right, and then they say, "Whoa, when we get to 16, now everything changes. We feed you better." Excuse me, what?
That's disgusting. That's an absolute disgrace.
What are you talking about? I got a better facility if I win. What?
Listen,
like, do they not know that these things are going to be posted? Like,
when you're talking WME, I'm sorry, when you're talking about NCAA, you're not paying your athletes. That's where shared revenue can happen to put them on an equal playing field in those situations. That's a disgrace to have that much of a difference.
They're $1 billion colleges, right?
Yeah.
It's a $1 billion business. It's not $1 million business. It's a $1 billion business. No athlete, NCAA period. I don't care what sport you play. I don't care. If you are traveling somewhere and it's an NCAA event, all right, that food better be model, right? That'd be the greatest thing I put in my fucking mouth ever. Okay, ever, because you're not paying anybody. You can tell me, oh, they get a full ride, Tom, full ride. Why? We're gonna play that game now. The billions upon billions of dollar colleges make, and we're gonna play the full ride game with me, Tom. Out of a select amount of people that actually get full scholarships. Yep. But remember, baseball players, right? You're talking about 50%. 75%, right? There's a few 100%ers, but majority of college baseball players, maybe you get 75% of it paid. Maybe you get 50% of it paid, right? So it's all different depending on sports and etc. But don't ever not feed your athletes the way they're supposed to be. They're supposed to be fed. That's a joke. It's a joke. You mess up with the weight room, okay. Somebody fire that guy, right? That's all you say. Somebody fire that guy. Should have known better. Get a clue, right? The food. I can't even run from the food. The food. What? Oh, I can't. We could go all night. Sorry, go ahead. Oh. I think it was a graham crack. I think it was a graham crack.
I think you're more mad than the women.
It should be. It's just terrible food. I only got a dog in the fight. You know what I mean? It's just stupid. It's just big business doesn't give a rat's ass. If you're not helping their bottom line, they don't care. And with all due respect, women's college basketball does not really help their bottom line. Okay? That's just being fair about it. I'm not saying that's right or wrong. It just doesn't. So now they're big business, so this is what they do to them. Oh, you don't make us enough money. We'll give you a graham cracker.
Like you said, and they're not getting paid anyway. So I'm like, I don't think they should get paid more if they're not like WNBA. I don't think they should get necessarily paid more if they're not bringing in the money. But for the NCAA tournament, like, how do you decide that the women don't get a good meal and the men did? Like, that's different for me. Like, that's like common decency upon people who are not even getting paid. How are they not setting this up together? You have this, you have this. Like, why is there?
Okay, you know what?
And then you know what actually like bothered me was like when they sent some more like equipment for the lifting. Well, the one thing about the lifting that really got me was like, if you are really just gonna put one rack there with like one set of dumbbells, and they look like they're like 10 pounds, 15 pounds, you like that's almost like why did you even put it there? Like that literally I think you made it worse, honestly. And then what made me mad was like they set up, they made it better, and first of all, wasn't even still equal to what men had.
Somebody said they dropped in like yoga mats, like
right, okay. Like you literally got a second chance and you still messed it up. And then
they put nice lights up, right?
No.
Wait, they gave them a Zumba instructor?
No, this is what it looked like. It literally looked like they were about to have like a fashion show in there. They put like curtains up with like lights. That's not what they asked for. That is not what they asked for. They literally made it look like a beauty pageant was about to happen. Like, that is not what they asked for.
Thank goodness I was not the only one who saw that and was like,
I saw that and I'm like, really? You had a second chance. The whole world blew up and started yelling at you, and this is the best you got? Really?
Gotta love it. Like, yeah, the one little rack. Like, what? I would have walked in.
That's like pity. Like, that's like you literally made yourself look worse.
Imagine if Kobe was around still.
What?
When I saw what happened to the women at the tournament, right? I thought the first thing in my head was, imagine if Kobe was still around.
Oh yeah.
For women's basketball as a whole, right? Imagine that the NCAA would have they already got bent over by this, but not by like greatness, right?
Yeah.
Like a figure like that saying, like everybody said something, but like a figure like that comes in on the college game. Oh man, you better that next meal, woo! That next meal would have been special. That's a joke, though. It should never be.
Maybe LeBron should have came in and done something.
Yeah.
A high ankle sprain, Tor. Have a little respect. LeBron comes in when it benefits LeBron, right?
Thank you.
What is women's college basketball going to do to benefit LeBron?
Thank you.
It's a sad reality of LeBron James. LeBron's done a lot of good things, though. I like the shots at LeBron, but the dude's never been in trouble. Like, you know what I mean? Like when you're.
I don't know why I've been like shitting on him lately. It's weird.
I do the same thing. I find myself doing it. I'm like, why? Like I don't
even like hate him. Like I don't know.
Like it's because he's always been like, because we've never been like a rival to anywhere he's been because we were never good enough. So it was like, why do I care? Like, what do I hate LeBron for? What else do we got? Shout outs, and then we're out of here, right?
Yeah.
You got the. Can't read without my notes. Shout outs, yep.
Mine. I can't with you in the notes today. Like, I cannot.
Listen, when you're going back-to-back shows, at least one needs a prompter.
You're welcome.
Shout out. I just glanced around my room and I found my shout out.
I cannot with you.
My shout out today is two things. One, vitamin C gummies, and two, elderberry gummies, because not only are they, for your health, but they literally, like, I think I'm addicted to vitamin C gummies. They are so good, and they kind of satisfy my sweet tooth, if that makes sense in any way.
Hold on. Are you
my vitamin gummies are good too.
Are you going handfuls of elderberry? I mean, zinc poisoning over there. You're like zinc
You
poisoning.
put them in their cereal.
I take 3 a day of them, and I love them.
No.
Right.
If my mom was watching this right now, she'd be so mad at me. Every time she sees me go over to the medicine cabinet, she's like, "How many vitamin C did you already take today?" I'm like,
"Stop! You're addicted."
Deal with that.
You got a problem.
Hide the vitamin C.
Yeah. What are you here for? Vitamin C addiction.
Oh God!
I do take 3 airborne though, and 3 elderberry a day. So I'm right with you. I do like the
elderberry. I actually try to stick to the elderberry, but I feel like you could take as many vitamin C as you really want. So I take 2 elderberry, and I'll do 3 vitamin C. And if I'm really feeling it, sometimes I'll go for 5.
Cooking towards spinning. Listen, it could do a little bit of the shits to some people, but that's the worst you're gonna get from taking too much vitamin C. Honestly, you get a little shitty panty, a little shit pants. like Cass has been taking too much vitamin C. Everyone talk about changing diapers. My shout out. You know what?
Oh, Tori.
I'm gonna turn a new leaf since Tori's spinning here. She won't be able to hear this. Their laptop died. Shout out to Joe Flacco. Coming home. Good for you, dude. Good for you. Good for him. Give him a little shout out for coming home. People don't think I have it in me. You know what I mean? People don't think, he's going to hate on the guy. I don't hate on the guy. So I'm going to shout out him coming home. I mean, listen, you're right at the end of a career, right? It's cool for any athlete to finish up in their hometown or close to or 5 minutes from there. So that's cool. I know he's got tons of little ones, so that makes his life easier there too. In terms of that, so it's cool. It's cool in terms of that. So,
that was very mature of you, Tom.
Yeah. Welcome home, Joe. I'm not hanging that. I'm not gonna hang I'm not hanging anything from
like his poster in your room.
Yeah, we're not going posters or love affairs, but welcome home. I mean, it's cool. It's a cool way to end it. We'll probably try to play till he's 40. So it's not going to, I bet you it doesn't end with the Eagles. So just to throw it out there. You get $3.5 million. I'll go play somewhere else and be a backup for $3.5 million the next year. Goodness gracious. I think he's got 5 or 6 kids. Keep playing for $3.5 million. Keep playing for $3.5 million.
Okay.
Thanks, Tom. I was going to shout out the Eagles for that move.
Do it too. Double dip.
No, that's not.
Shout out to Tori just for getting this far.
For not updating her computer tonight?
Yeah, for not plugging in her computer, which is simple 101.
Yep. Taking the high road.
She said you're looking around your room. You're trying to find something to shout out. Now you're looking. Now Lindsay's got in your head. Lindsay's got in your head. Now you're looking around your room for something.
I'm telling you, it works every time.
Well, I live literally in 4 walls, so there's not much in my room. Chrome, you can go.
Oh, what do I want to shout out? Oh. No, I'm not looking around the room. I'm going to give a shout out to the wonderful Walt Disney World for a fantastic birthday week. Fantastic birthday week filled with magic. Got this sweet Spirit jersey here. Can't wait to wear that on the air at some point. This is gonna be my new Philly sports attire. I'm gonna wear a different Disney shirt on every show all the time. Shout out to them. Shout out to Under Armour and the Rock collection, which I have just now started to invest in. And it's some of the most comfortable clothing and workout clothing in the world. I just have to do the workout part of it. But the comfort is good, and I'm in there. So shout out to that. And shout out to this whole crew here on this show, on all the other shows here at A2D, holding it down, especially the guys who I'm on shows with, who held it down while I wasn't here last week. I jumped in and won. I mean, so much stuff going on over the last week, 2 weeks, and A2D still the best in the friggin' business, and they prove it as always. So having a week away and being able to just be a viewer, you appreciate it even much more, all the effort that everybody puts in here. So shout out to everybody here at A2D and to the fam.
You always have the sweet shout outs. I got like the food shout outs, like maybe a little vitamin C addiction, but you always have a sweet one. So that's nice.
Thanks.
Ladies.
If Tori had a shout out, we'll say maybe like she shouted out like her tea. She was really right. So Tora, we'll say that was your shout out, your tea.
Absolutely.
You had lipstick on too, so we'll shout that out too. I liked that.
And shout out to what will be the next Philadelphia 76er, Kyle Lowry. Book it. It's happening tomorrow.
Well, you're going to see a video you don't want to see then.
I can't wait for that.
It better not happen.
It's going to happen.
The video 4 years ago, me saying that it was a crumb in a day for people that wanted to pay him $25 million a year. I said, "Are you guys crazy?" He said, "What do you think now? 35. Playoff underachiever, Kyle Lowry. All right.
Won a championship.
You watch that? Did you watch that playoffs?
Still won a championship.
Watch.
You can say playoff underachiever all you want. One's got a ring.
Did you watch? I guess you forgot. Kawhi. We'll say.
I'm sorry, what?
Guess you forgot.
Exactly. Who?
Who? Now.
Kawhi Leonard. I guess you forgot that he part of that team.
Is he part of that team? Because the way you're talking right now, he's the whole team.
He was in that playoff run.
Oh, he scored 100 and something points a night, and they won, and nobody else did anything?
Pretty much.
So we can, when we talk about Danny Green and all the championship experience he has, we could take that one away. Oh, we could take the Lakers one away because he really didn't do much last year in the finals either. So why don't we just start taking things away from guys?
No, because Danny Green has a track record.
No. But wait, he has a track record of winning. But one of them, but two of them were with Kawhi Leonard, who carried them to championships, and the other one, he didn't do shit last year in the finals. So wait, you want to go down there? Let's take that all away.
I want to go right
take the Danny Green championships away. Let's start taking it away. Hey, Kawhi Leonard, congratulations on winning those championships all yourself. And by the way, Danny Green, sorry, you may have 3 rings, but they're all an affirmation. They're about as valuable as LaShawn McCoy's 2 rings. That's what you're telling me right now. So you know what? Hey, yeah, absolutely. To that point, if that's what you want to make helps you make yourself feel better at night, congratulations. I'm going to love it even more when we end up with either Zach LaVine or Kyle Lowry tomorrow. Can't wait.
Kyle Lowry and DeMar DeRozan were the 2 biggest playoff.
Oh, I don't want DeMar DeRozan. I hope that doesn't happen.
In NBA history. In the history of the league, the 2 biggest underachievers. But let's clamor to bring Kyle home. Everybody wants to bring everybody freaking home. Everybody, I want to move out of here. I just want to move, and then I want to have a come home tour because I feel like it's a lot of it's rainbows, blowjobs, and sunshine coming home.
Hey, Dad.
Guy's 40. Guy's 40.
Hey, Dad. I'll grab the baton and lead the parade to bring you back into town.
How many 36-year-olds are we going to bring back home? Let's keep Corey Clement for another year, too. Glassboro guy. Oh, let's keep them all. Great show, everybody.
Yep. I think you'll just do that for next week. Oh, my God.
I was going to say,
we can just continue this in, I don't know, 7 days.
Yeah, I can continue this 7 minutes. So, National Cheesesteak Day. I do have a cheesesteak.
That sounds so good. I don't think I've had a cheesesteak in
years.
Like 3 years? No.
3 years?
Maybe no. Maybe.
Oh my God! I think I had 3 the week before I left for Florida.
Yeah.
Happy National
cheesesteaks, but I try and stay away.
Happy National Cheesesteak Day. My best place personally, John's Roast Pork South Philly.
I went cheesesteak hoagie though. Violation?
What's that? What is a cheesesteak hoagie?
Cheesesteak, cheese, lettuce, tomato.
Oh God, this is a whole nother conversation. I just found a new conversation. We're gonna give Tom a list of words for him to say. Tomato.
Come on, Andy. You're in a fluffy club too. There's no violations when it comes to food. Like fluffy members, like myself, yourself. No, stop it. No violation.
How dare he shame you over food?
I know. Like, who's he? Out of all the people, your food shaming. Someone start scrolling your feed. We do got to get out of here because I do have to get ready for another show. Ladies, tremendous job as always. You too, Tor. You too. Even though you want to try to attack me, I see you. I see you. I know where you get your material from too. I wasn't going to say it on air, but I know where you get it from. I know who's giving you your Cliff Notes. Cliff Notes on Tom. See right through you. Chrome, you as well. Don't want to leave you out, buddy.
Thanks, pal.
Release equal pay here. All right. We're not giving you the graham crackers and the freaking shit on a shingle it looked like in the box. Look like shit on the shingle. Everybody knows what shit on the shingle is, right? That's what it looked like. Shit on a shingle. For that, this has been A2D After Dark. For all the best in the businesses, stay tuned. A2D Wednesday night. I said 9:45. That is not happening. That will be a 10 o'clock start. Love y'all. Turn your damn alerts on.